All right, everyone, let's see if everything's working as it should. Hi. New graphics, new stream, new season, technically. A little bit late on the first stream for the new season, but here we are. Hopefully you can all hear me fine. Let me know in chat if there's anything weird going on. As you can see, it's a whole new space in regards to the 2024 season. So yeah, this is our kind of trial stream to make sure everything's working. Seems to be working. Cool. All right. So hopefully you like the new graphics. We thought we'd spice things up a little bit from the old static sort of overlays and everything that we had in previous streams. So yeah, glad to hear it's working. So, like I said, a little bit delayed on the first stream for the 2024 season, unfortunately, partly my fault. I had COVID, so I was stuck working from home or off sick. Then I was away, and just trying to get everything organized. It's been a bit hectic. Audio is perfect. Perfect. All right. So, first stream for the season. Obviously, we've got a lot to discuss in regards to the 2024 season itself, but we also have a lot to cover this stream in regards to what's happening beginning next week. So I'm going to be dropping some details in the Discord about what we discuss here, but I thought I'd do a live stream as a special moment to kind of like tell you now and give you the details. Just a fair warning. Some of the graphics that I'm using to explain what I'll be covering are very basic. I'm not a graphic designer. I've said it many times before, but it's just information, it's just data, but we'll go through it anyway. So I'm glad to see some of the comments in chat saying they're enjoying this season. Personally, I feel like we really nailed the gameplay a bit. You know, compared to previous seasons, there are obviously some tweaks and some things that could be dealt with a little bit more, but I feel like gameplay is a bit more solid. You know, there's a bit of balancing and economy side of things, which could do with some change, but we'll be speaking about some of that this stream, and we'll be changing for next week. Okay. Anyway, let's start with, I'm going to say the boring stuff, but let's just say, you know, amuse me for a while, and let's say it's the exciting stuff, right? So, starting next week from Wednesday, we've got the new exhibition. It is the Williams team exhibition. So the Williams car livery is going to be available for those who get Pit Pass Premium. You know, legendary crates, power-ups, etc. Anyway, that starts from Wednesday. All right, we're starting on the small stuff. We'll build. Okay. Starting Wednesday as well is the British Grand Prix event. Here we have Esteban Ocon as the featured driver. 10% boost for all the featured assets. More to come on this. I'll mention something a little bit later, but just you know, remember the British GP starting on Wednesday. Just remember that, and I'll mention something later. If I don't mention something about the British GP later, just remind me in chat. Let's get through the rest first, shall we? After the British Grand Prix, we have the RB Team Series event. Featured drivers are pretty expected, right? There's no surprises there, right? All right, cool. Moving on from that one, nothing new exciting there. Hungarian GP after that, starting July 17th, and we have Oscar Piastri as the featured asset. So, why not British drivers boosted? Because it's not an Origin Series event. All right, simply put. We reserve Origin Series events for later in the season, in which we tie the drivers with the location. We can't tie drivers to every location for every GP. It just doesn't work. So we do a certain progression for the normal GP events, and then later in the season we will be doing events that are related to driver origins. So yeah, anyway, Hungarian GP with Oscar Piastri. So this is a little bit off schedule of what you would see the normally featured drivers. Piastri's been brought forwards a little bit, so you know, maybe take the opportunity there to take advantage of that. Anyway, after that is the Belgium GP with Pierre Gasly as our featured driver. The Fury, sorry, not Fury, that was the last one. Motion Thunderbolt as the featured assets as well. And that's July 24th. So those are the events. Those are the GP events for the month of July. All right. I haven't shown any of these yet. That's what you can expect. I'll be putting the track listings and stuff in Discord next week as well, so you can see what sort of lineup there might be for these events as well. But this is the events, the dates, and the featured assets involved in those. Okay. Now on to the more exciting stuff. I'm gonna start small. I'm gonna start small first, right? Okay. Next week, on Monday the 1st of July and Thursday the 4th of July, there will be a gold spin available offer for 1 coin. Technically, we wanted these to be free, but some technical hitch is stopping us from listing it for free. So 1 coin for gold spins on Monday and Thursday. Obviously completely optional if you don't want them, but hey, you know, it's hard to disagree with something that's almost free. Technically free. It's 1 coin. Okay, so before I go on to the next one, sprint race events. Sprint race events. There's a lot of feedback in regards to how long sprint race events take to finish. Right? The Series 12 sprint races, you require 400 race points to be able to finish just one group. It's 400 race points for every group. It's long, it's grueling, and it's pretty punishing, right? It's pretty punishing. So, we've heard you. Every Monday and Thursday? No, just next week for the gold spin. It's just Monday the 1st and Thursday the 4th of July. For now. Okay. Sprint races. Yeah, so like I said, the point requirements for each group are pretty tough. I'll agree with you there. So for next week, and right now, just for next week, we're cutting them in half. See how you like it, okay? Now, here's the old, or the current points requirements and what will be next week's sprint races. Points requirements. Now, the rewards associated with each group are being reduced as well. Not quite half, but half to accommodate the points here. But you can complete a lot more groups in the same amount of time with the point reduction. And you have the potential to earn slightly more rewards over that same period of time, depending on how you place and all this sort of stuff. You may earn a little bit more rewards, but yeah, less point requirement. So you should be able to complete more groups. And I saw a comment about the sprint groups, how you're automatically bucketed. Yes, this is a common piece of feedback in regards to them. It's something I heavily feedback to the team about. There is some look at how that might be able to be changed or reshaped or something, so hopefully we get some sort of change there, because yeah, I agree, it's pretty tough being put into a new group. With having the points, it should be a little less punishing, but yeah, we're reducing these down for next week only, potentially more later, okay? So yeah, there's a lot happening next week. Just see how you guys like the changes and yeah, how things go. Anyway, next one, something that a lot of people have been feeding back on is the tracks for some of the series, and yes, we will be making some changes there. Right, so series 10, 11, 12 will be rotating next week. Next week's track stat focus. For Series 10 is going to focus on quartering, Series 11 on overtaking, Series 12 on power unit. So those will be the new track focuses for those series next week. The plan is to rotate series tracks on a weekly basis. At the moment, I'm not quite sure if that is beginning from next week or the week after. Either way, the intention is for series to rotate on a weekly basis. That should take away some of that repetitiveness of being stuck on the same tracks over and over and over, depending on the series that you're in. So it should provide some variety, as well as some reason to experiment with some of your setup and some of your assets to try and focus on the specific track stat focus for each series as well. So second to last one, the British GP event next week. The rewards from the final round will be doubled just for next week, just for the British GP event. It's going to be a double reward event. So whatever rewards that you would normally have received from the final round in the British GP will be double. So similar to what we were doing with the double asset events at the end of last season, we've done at the end of previous seasons as well. We're going to run it next week for the British GP. So make sure that you get as high as possible in the final round so that you can get as many more rewards as you possibly can. So yeah, last one. I'm rushing through these because we've got a lot to cover and I don't have a lot of time to do it. So I'm really sorry for rushing through this. But yeah, did they change the rewards for P4 and P5 in sprints? Not yet. Not yet. I'm trying. In regards to how people like the changes this week for the sprint races, obviously there's the potential to earn slightly more rewards than you would have previously, depending on how many groups you can complete. We'll try and make some more positive changes to sprint races. It's definitely something I've been pushing for, the P4 and P5 rewards. So hopefully we can make a little bit more progress there. What else? There's one more. There is one piece of feedback. Now, this isn't effective next week, but looking at doing this very soon. The rewards in final round for GP events, they drop off very sharply. I've seen a number of pieces of feedback from you all in regards to that, where you don't have to go very far down the final round table for the amount of rewards you get to drop off very rapidly. I have managed to work with the team in actually evening that out. That will not be happening next week, but will be happening soon, so that drop off is not as dramatic. So like if you're a little bit further down the table, you can expect better rewards than what you were getting previously. More details on that when I have finalization in regards to when that might be happening, but yeah, that will be happening some point soon. What was the last one? There was a last one somewhere. Oh yeah. Entry fees for GP events. Pretty high, right? Pretty high, especially for champs. Yeah. And just seeing it in chat. What about the entry fee? Yes. Champions especially is quite high. Now there is an intention for this, especially at the start of the season, but we have heard your feedback, and we're making some changes. Not every tier is changing, and I'll just show you. Shall I? I'll just put it up on the screen. Go away. There we go. So there are some changes. Junior is actually going up, and there's a reason. There's a logical reason for this, from a gameplay perspective. We're finding a lot of new players are joining Junior because it's very cheap to do so. It's only 2,000 coins, and then burning through the coins and running out partway through GP events, and just it's becoming quite a barrier for new players who don't understand the mechanics of GP events and all this sort of stuff. So Junior is going up. Challenger isn't changing, but Contender and Champion are having big reductions. So it's easier to enter or cheaper to enter. Yeah. So hopefully that's helpful for those who are competing in Contender and Champion. A little less punishing, a little less grind required to be able to afford entering. I'm especially happy with the Champion entry fee myself. Yeah, and I see comments about more boosts in the rewards. I'm working on that and I actually had a discussion with the team recently who's involved in the reward side of things. And we're definitely trying to improve the boost side of things. Okay, work in progress. Some of these things take a little bit of time, but yeah. And in regards to the boost market, it's something I actually want. I actually put together a design for a boost market, so to speak. The team was very receptive of it. How long it takes to actually put in the game or what iteration it goes in the game, we'll see. But yes, there is a keen interest in doing something like that in the game. But yeah, in regards to improving boosts in GPs, I'm working on it. Hopefully we can get a little bit of an improvement there. Similar with Pit Pass and other areas as well, because I understand how important boosts are. That's it. That's it. I did it in half an hour. So hopefully these are some positive changes. Obviously, some of these changes are temporary, just for next week. Some of these are a bit of a trial to see how you enjoy the changes, how receptive you are. We'll obviously be monitoring player activity, your feedback and things like this to see how people like the quicker sprint races. I mean, technically the name, sprint race, it should be done quite quickly. We understand that the name kind of conflicts with the time required to complete it. Work in progress. Hopefully you enjoy the quicker sprint races, the cheaper entry fees. So the entry fees, just to be specific, the entry fees for the GPs is not just for next week. These will continue on. There might be further changes down the line. We'll be monitoring players to see how effective these are. We'll be monitoring this. And these will continue. Sprint races is just for next week. So far, there might be further changes, but so far they're intended just for next week. The double rewards for the British GP event is just for next week. Yeah. Make polls in Discord for all of these. It's kind of a hard decision to do that, David, because very, very, very few of our players are actually in Discord. So while we can get a poll from Discord, it's a very specific subset of players that are in our Discord, and it's a very tiny percentage of our entire player base. So it doesn't give a full picture in regards to what the reception of that is. Anyway, so what else did we cover? The Golden Spin vouchers, the OneCoin vouchers, is just for Monday and Thursday next week. That will be available as an offer in the store. You'll find them just on those days. It's just one. And then what else did we cover? Golden Spin, sprint race points, series track rotations. So that we should be rotating those on a weekly basis soon. We are rotating them next week, and I'm currently unsure if every week after that or if there'll be like a gap in between. I'll confirm this at a later time when I know more. Do in-game polls. I actually want to do that. We have obviously some surveys that have been going out via the in-game inbox message recently. I actually want things like polls and more sort of feedback loops available in-game as well. That's a little bit of a development project. So that'll come. Collection milestones and legendary drivers are coming. As we said in the initial season launch and our little devlog video, they are coming later in the summer. We've only just entered summer. Okay, we're only just a few days into summer, technically speaking. They will be coming later in the summer. There will be some decent details in regards to those coming out. Similar with club tournaments, that was originally meant to launch at the end of the 2023 season, and for various reasons we had to delay the launch of that feature. We will be doing club a single club tournament week soon, and then a small gap, and then we're looking to bring out club tournaments on a regular basis shortly after. The specific dates on that will come. Yeah. So yeah, a little bit of changes for next week. Some of which are temporary, some of which are permanent. Yeah. Hopefully that's helpful. Like I say, we are seeing your feedback in regards to this season. We're glad to see that you're enjoying the gameplay itself. Obviously, some tweaks, like in regards to entry fees and things like that, need a bit of tweaking. I'm listening, team's listening, and yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to make the right change. But yeah, hopefully we can get this to a state that you enjoy. Community Championship. Probably not this season, David. A lot involved in that. We do want to run another community championship. I will not run a community championship if all players cannot be involved. So yeah, that's there's a lot involved in organizing that. Not sure if we're going to fit it in with everything else that's planned this season, but hey, you never know what will happen. We're not even 2 months into the season, so there's a lot of time left. So yeah, anyway, that's it. If you've just come on board partway through, check out the VOD for the details. Otherwise, if you're not in our Discord, join the Discord. I will be sharing all the details that have been discussed here over there in case you've missed it, or just to ask questions or anything. And all other discussions, feedback areas, and all this sort of stuff are available in Discord as well. And you never got your gold crate for completing the survey? Contact the in-game support team. We have a list of everyone who took part in the survey. There may be reasons why it wasn't provided to you. The player ID may have been entered incorrectly. There's a number of reasons, but the in-game support team can double check that, and they can provide you with the crate in case for whatever reason it might not have been received. So yeah, that's me. Did it in time. Obviously, like I say, join the Discord to ask questions if you have any. And yeah, have a good one. See you again soon. Bye-bye.